Welcome back to part 3 of my yogurt series where I answer all your most common questions about making yogurt via trial and error. In previous episodes, we made Greek yogurt, I showed you guys how to use frozen yogurt starter to make your yogurt, and we made yogurt using 0% skimmed milk. And I get it, I say yogurt a lot in these videos. Take a shot every time she says yogurt. You can stop leaving me these comments, okay? I'm Muslim anyway, we don't do shots. Go pray. Or donate to the poor or something. Anyway, today I'm showing you how to turn your homemade yogurt into homemade labneh. And if you don't know what labneh is, it's a creamy, thick, and tangy dip, almost like the consistency of a cream cheese, but tangier. It's a staple in Middle Eastern cuisine, often eaten for breakfast, topped with some olive oil, and eaten with pita bread. So before we can make labneh, we need to make laban, which is just plain yogurt. For this one, you'll want to use the full fat stuff for the thickest yogurt and the best flavor. So like we've been doing in previous videos, bring your bag of milk to a boil about 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Then let it cool down to 120 degrees before adding your yogurt starter, and your yogurt starter is just whatever brand of store-bought yogurt you prefer or your homemade yogurt from a previous batch. And if you don't have a thermometer, you can always do the pinky test to check that the milk is at 120 degrees by just sticking your pinky into the milk, and if you can barely tolerate it for 10 seconds, it's ready. And if you think that's gross, don't do it for your own yogurt. Okay, then cover it up and wrap it in a thick blanket. You want to maintain the level of warmth inside the milk because bacteria thrives in warm environments, and you want the bacteria to multiply, thus turning the milk into yogurt. This time we let it incubate for 24 hours because we're making labneh, and labneh is meant to be tangy. And after the 24 hours, we put it in the fridge overnight to chill. At this point, you'll have made a beautiful batch of thick and tangy yogurt, but we're not done yet. To turn this into labneh, we're going to transfer it to a cheesecloth or a muslin cloth, and we're going to add salt to it. My general ratio for salt to laban is usually 1 liter of laban to 1 teaspoon of salt. In this case, I'm doing half a liter of laban, so I'm doing half a teaspoon of salt. Mix the salt in, and you can actually do this before adding it to the cheesecloth, but I like to work harder, not smarter. I also didn't want to dirty an extra bowl. You know what I mean? Let this strain for anywhere between 24 to 48 hours, depending on how thick you like it. And then it's ready to serve. If you wanted to enjoy this dip without having to make the yogurt yourself, you could always buy your favorite container of plain yogurt from the grocery store, add the salt to it, and let it strain for the 24 to 48 hours, and then you can enjoy your labneh. Or you could just buy store-bought labneh, but that would be kind of putting me out of business here. Like, I'm trying to teach you guys how to make labneh. Regardless of how you obtain your labneh, I highly recommend you serve it in this way with some diced cucumbers, tomatoes, and mekdous, dried mint, salt, and olive oil. So good.